Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I'm going to show how I stretched some of my supplies that I already have in my craft room to make really super cute die cuts. So I thought when I started doing this that I was a genius, and I had come up with this super cool idea that surely no one else had thought of. And after I got all my recording done, I decided, well, I'll just go and do a quick search, and turns out I am not the genius I thought I was. There are a ton of videos on how to do this, but at least you can see my take on it. So here I'm using washi tape, and this is like a Scotch brand. I actually got it at Home Depot randomly. I went with my husband once and I caught my eye and it was on crazy sale, so I got every color they had. It was probably like a Christmas clearance because they had red and gold and green and silver, but I snagged them all and they are great. They're nice and sturdy and a little bit heavy duty with all that glitter, so I really like them. So what I did is I just took a sheet of cardstock, cut it down to about 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then I just layered washi tape on it, one strip right after another, so that they were right up against each other and there weren't any gaps in between. And I just filled the whole sheet like that. You can do one solid sheet, you can do stripes, you can alternate a bunch of different colors. You could also do this with patterned paper. But I find that I don't have as many sales in my area on glitter paper, but I have a ton of glitter washi and glitter tape and glitter a lot of other things, but not so much glitter paper. So this is just a different way to get the same effect but using different supplies. So I'm trying to use all the stuff I have in my craft room instead of going to buy more stuff. So hopefully this will help me do that. So I absolutely love these die cuts from Honeybee Stamps. They're the thanks dies, and that one is, I think it's called Large Thanks, but they are just adorable. I use them for like everything, and I love that you can layer them on top of each other or use them individually, so you get a lot in, I mean, there's just a lot you can do with them. So then so the first one, I don't know if you noticed, but I just took the die cut and I put it half and half on the red and half on the gold. So that gave me a two-tone sentiment, and I really like the way that it turned out. Now, since it's on the cardstock, it gives it a little bit of a thicker base so that it's not so flimsy. And of course it's not sticky, so I do have to apply my own adhesive to it. So there is a look at how they both turned out, and look at all of that sparkle. It's like majestic and wonderful. I love it. So then I decided I was going to keep going, and I used the green and the silver, and I did the same exact thing. So I just layered it on one after the other with the green, and I just wanted to see if it would fit my sentiment, and it didn't, so I added one more strip, and then I switched to the silver and added that on there. And I didn't really have a plan in mind when I was doing this. I just thought, okay, well, the smile will fit and the sending hugs will fit. And those are from my favorite things, those word die cuts. I don't really use my die cut words enough, so I am just trying to find new ways to do that and make sure I incorporate them in my cards as much as I can. So there I was trying to see if maybe I could do sending in green and the hugs in the silver, but the way that the words lined up, it didn't quite work out for me. And it ended up that my smile actually shifted, so I really should have taped it down. So I got a little bit of green on my smile word, but that's okay. So I decided to go ahead and just make a simple card with the sentiment, one of the sentiments that I had made. So what I'm doing here is just attaching some of that same washi tape to two strips of cardstock and attaching those with my tape runner to the back of a card front. Now I just had this on hand, this card front. I had done some ink blending previously for a different thing and it didn't really work out what I wanted, so I just replaced it. Like I have this stack, this hoarder stack of things I've made that I didn't use or didn't work for the project that I had in mind, and then it's nice for occasions like this, so I can just pull something out and be like, wow, that's perfect. So there I'm using my stencil brush from Clarity to brush on some Mowed Lawn Distress ink, and I love how soft of a look you can get with the same color. That background is made with Mowed Lawn and I believe Evergreen Bough. I'm not sure on that, but I'll double check and I'll make sure I link it in the description. But you can see how dark and concentrated that green is and how light and soft it was when I used the stencil brush. So a lot of different uses there. So I went ahead and used some foam tape and attached that to my card front, and I had previously cut that with a Lawn Fawn Stitch Rectangles border die. So I went ahead and used my multi-matte medium to adhere the sentiment to my card front. And I just put tiny, tiny little dots using the fine tip applicator that I got and added to my bottle. That makes it really easy to do more precision adhesive application. So that's something that I really enjoy having in my stash. Then I attached the hugs as well. And I decided that I wanted to add some embellishments, and I went with the Nuvo Crystal Drops. I had two colors, so after I adhered my card front to my card base, I grabbed those, and I absolutely love these. They're so cool and so versatile. You can use them for a lot of different things. I really didn't like collecting enamel dots, if I'm being honest, just because they sit in my stash forever and I want to use them, but then they're too cute and I don't use them. So this works actually really well because, you know, you can squirt out just what you need for the project that you're on and you don't have to store them other than just the bottles. So I plopped on a couple drops, and they're super easy to use, of these two different green colors. I did some little batches or clusters in one area and then a couple random ones. I'm really happy with the way that this turned out, and I hope that you will use this technique to do some die cutting or anything with the washi tape. It's really cool to stretch your supplies and see what all you can make with the supplies you already have. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.